All right, here we go. This is Sunday, the 12th of February, and this is my yoga practice. Start with a very quick forward fold. Get some space between vertebrae, especially with the neck and the low back. The neck, I can really feel it. I really needed some spacing. There we go, a little back. Yeah, it looks like I'm not doing anything, right? But I'm feeling the spacing and the sensation between the vertebrae. Create or manipulate the spine. And the back feels fine. All right, so first pose. Downward facing dog. There we go, in frame. All right. So hands about hips width apart. Instead of the hands parallel, I like the hands out to the side. That helps protect my wrists. And then feet about shoulder or hips width, one of the two. So somewhere between the hips and the shoulders. And relax, maybe twist the hips a little bit. Straighten the arms, straighten the spine, rotate the pelvis, relax the ankles, straighten the legs. Gently. Feel a nice forward fold. And relax. Feel the stretch. Start to feel a little bit of effort on the shoulders. Most of the weight of the hands is in the heel of the hand. Because if I try and balance the weight throughout the entire hand, that makes me a little bit more prone to sliding. So, usually pick a part of the hand, usually the heel, to pierce into the floor. Feel the breath just slide in and out of the body. Nice, easy breathing for another 38 seconds. Yeah, so I've got a timer. I set the timer for 3 minutes, which allows me a lot of time to get into the pose, for poses where it takes time to get into it, and allows me a lot of time in the pose. Just how you grow in the pose is by holding it for a long time. Especially for poses that require a lot of flexibility. And I don't usually do that many strength poses. I usually do just more flexibility poses. And that's that for 3 minutes. Lift up, pop the wrist a little bit. Little tiny pops in the wrists today. Pop the right knee. No pop in the left knee. All right. Next up is upward facing dog. All right. So the cool transition to upward facing dog from hero's pose. Get the wrists a little closer together. Stab the elbows into the rib cage. And then balance, right? Just float it out. Probably can't see my head. Can't really see anything, huh? Except the feet up in the air. All right. But that's that. So I still got to work on getting that into frame. But still, you get the point on that. I guess I should kind of hit my upper dog first a little bit and then do the transition, so I can start to see where I need to be for that, to keep that in frame. But in any case, that's pretty cool. And the low back, for the past couple days, has not needed much time to get into upper facing dog. Today seems to be a little bit slower on the upper facing dog. There we go. Low back is happy, more or less, and enjoy upper facing dog. Because even if it's not, you're not really working that much, right? Because your back's already at a point of flexibility, back and hips, where it's like, yeah, you're just not getting much work out of the pose. It's fine. For me, that's why I started turning the hands towards the feet, so that I could get more stimulation on the forearms and on the wrists. It's really helped to build up the wrists. And it really does look kind of freaky. Got the hands pointed the wrong way. But that's all good. Maybe manipulate the spine a little bit. A little pop out. And relax. Just feel the body and feel the breath as it slides in and out. Just relax. And feel the breath. Oh, hey, look at that. Already done. I didn't even hear it. For some reason, the term is not easy to hear today. Alright. So I gently, the wrists, regain some dexterity in the wrists. Alright. And got a watcher, Zach O&O. Hey, became a fan. Awesome stuff. Thanks so much. And we start the next pose. So after upper facing dog is wheel pose. Yay! Wheel pose. How do you do wheel? Well, I like to start the wheel pose, my wheel pose, by doing a fish pose. Start fish pose. I'm actually grabbing the underside of the leg so I can lift the spine off the earth. So the top of the head's on the earth, right? And then from there, you lift the legs and the hands are going to the side, right? Not like that, going like that. And there you go. That's a fish pose. But that's just the starter. Get the feet down. Hips up into a wheel or bridge starter, and then hey, there you go, bridge pose. That's how I like to get in my bridge pose or wheel pose, through fish pose. And then from here, relax, because it's a massive stretch on the front side of the body, the abs, the arms, the armpits, and just learning how to relax with that massive stretch. I usually feel the intestines a little bit here on the left side. So maybe the left side of the large intestine, something like that. Always seem to feel that right here. And it's usually not super happy that I'm feeling it. And then I feel the low back. So yeah, this is why I was doing upward facing dog before this pose, was to get the back into the right spot. So with upward facing dog, the low back is already at a spot of high flex, so it's used to doing that. Whereas if I try to go straight to the wheel pose, like without doing upward facing dog, I have to wait for the vertebrae to get into place, and that doesn't work out so well. Because that's not easy to hold. So that's wheel pose. Alright. so next up, cancel that out. Get the next timer started. 3 minutes. Today's the right side, correct? Yes, the 12th. Go ahead and do half pigeon today. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and use the strap today. Strap on the foot for half pigeon, right? If you want to do straight half pigeon, right? Keep the leg back. Or if you want to put a strap around the foot, right? Because what I really want to do is kind of a back bend type thing. And then, yeah, just relax here for another 2.5 minutes. And just feel that. Definitely starting to feel the hunger pangs. Haven't yet eaten today. And it's a very different sensation between the head back and the head up. So here, right, I'm trying to relax, so my shoulders, so I'm actually pulling with the foot to stretch the shoulders. The shoulders aren't used to this, and the shoulders are actually falling asleep a little bit. Especially the left shoulder feels blood flow is constricted. And I've mainly got a grip with the right hand. So remember that on the other side. And then here, look at that. I relax both the arms and the leg. Relax the quad. Relax the triceps. And I think that's it for that side because I gotta do the other side like that. Alright, cancel that out. Start with the next side. And the other side. Alright, so half pigeon. Easy starter. Get the strap. Oh, you can even see that around the foot. And then pull that up. And then relax with the head back for a little bit. Which is what I did before. So it really feels like a back bend. And breathe. Feel a stretch on the shoulders. Try to relax the shoulders. Pick the head up. I got another minute to go. We'll see. Oh, but left hand is the primary hand. Yeah, I gotta loosen that up. So this is definitely not a very sustainable pose for me. For most poses, I like to find a sustainable point of the pose. And this is new enough to me that I don't really have a sustainable place for this yet. And the shoulders are getting lots of work, lots of flexibility work. They seem to be constricting the blood flow in the shoulders quite a bit. For another 20 or 30 seconds. Which I'm not used to, plus feels like I'm on a low effort day today. Don't have enough or that many calories. And I think that's it. Alright, hey, look at that. Got a new watcher, Tim S. Thank you for watching, sir. Alright, yeah, big inhale after that. Very careful. Alright, so that is it for the back bends today. Now, changing gears, forward fold. So now feel the low back, feel the neck. Oh yeah, right shoulder to the camera today. There we go. Today's the 12th. And Ankles together, balls of feet together. Ankles just barely touching, if at all. I find that many times in order to get the balls of feet together and keep them together, the ankles actually don't touch. And then relax. So I'm working on forehead shins, which I could probably force it right now. That will pop out of the back. But the trick to really gaining flexibility is not forcing things, just allowing it to happen. Another pop out of the back. And relax. And I'm actually trying to straighten the middle part of the back. Rotate the pelvis a little more, keep the legs straight, so I've got to engage the quads. Yeah, so I can force it. It takes a lot of ab effort. Also a lot of curling effort. So once you get the head to the shins, right, it does take quite a bit of effort. Shoulders and abs to keep the forehead onto the shin. And then relax. Again, 30 seconds, 39 seconds. Let's get the hands into the feet. Play with that some today. Balance. Definitely a different balance challenge with your hands under the feet. Because you don't use the balls of the feet so much, you use more the heel. And there's less lateral spacing between the heels than there is between the balls of your feet, right? Which extend all the way out to your pinky toe knuckles. And we are done. All right. Moving to the floor. Next up, hip openers. Yay, hip openers. So start off right leg first. And this is the big fireworks, guys. This is the fun stuff to watch. All right, because you start off with a half lotus forward fold a little bit. Feel that stretch. Then you take the shin to the chest, right? We're just opening up the hip. Open, open. Foot to the chest. Watch out as the muscle slides out over the hip. Back to the earth. Foot to chest again. Shin to chest. Use the elbow to pull the foot in. And then, the big deal, get that foot behind the head. Oh, look at that. It is very open today. And then the right thigh always freaks out a little bit because it is kind of extreme sensation. Even though I did this yesterday, right, it kind of tightened up during the day. And then relax here. I got about another 2 minutes to relax and open up the right hip and thigh. So just relax. Trying to find a comfortable spot. Relatively speaking, right? And as soon as you gain enough flexibility to start to get into this pose, one of the things that you'll feel is the blood flow to the right thigh starts to get quite constricted. And so even when you do have the flexibility, the first few times you start doing this pose, the body doesn't It doesn't compute, right? I'm restricting blood flow to a part of the body. And you want to get out of it. You just got to kind of relax into it. But if you practice every day, right, then you can ease yourself into that, right? First time you ever try this, right, you don't want to hold it for 3 minutes, right? maybe you hold it for 30 seconds or so, and then go out to a more sustainable pose. But the more often you do it, the longer you are able to hold it. Surprise, surprise. Daily practice makes things easier. And just try to relax as much of the body as you can. Relax the neck, of course. Relax the right thigh. Relax the left leg. I'm actually starting to feel my right arm, my right hand start to fall asleep a little bit. Or at least on the path to falling asleep. Not enough time for it to fall asleep. And then gently let go. Let the thigh and hip get back into place. Let the blood flow get back into the thigh. Clear out the timer and start the next side. So, the next side, the left leg. Yes, 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 the left leg. You have two legs, do them both. So the last side, start off with a half lotus forward fold, a little bit, feel that stretch. And then pull the shin to the chest. And then this movement of taking the knee from here to the outside takes this muscle onto the opposite side of the bone. Be very careful with that. It feels very strange, especially the first time that you do it, first few times that you do it, until you get used to that feeling. Lay down, foot to chest again, muscle on the other side of the bone, shin back into the chest, grab the foot with the right elbow, and then the big boy, get that left foot behind the head. So yeah, really, left eye freaks out a little bit because that's what it does. This is a quite extreme pose that the body always naturally tightens up during the day and isn't used to this pose. Especially when you're hungry. But hey, you got another 90 seconds or so. Just sit back and enjoy the pose. And relax. Feel the breath slide in and out of the body. Relax the left thigh. Relax the right leg. Yeah, left hand is starting to feel, because it's like the placement of the left arm wrapped around the left thigh, right? Feels like it's cutting off blood circulation right around the bicep, where the bicep is pressing into the thigh. And so it feels like it's restricting the blood flow into the left hand. It feels like the left hand is falling asleep a little bit, or it's on track to falling asleep, right? I'm not holding the pose long enough for it to fall asleep. And not quite yet, another 10 seconds. And relax. And there we go. It actually becomes quite relaxing once you have flexibility for it. Alright, again, gently get the feet back down. And next up, hamstrings. Yeah, hamstrings. So, Janu Shirsasana, right? So the foot into the thigh, and you take this down, you take the forehead down. Down to the earth if you can. Look at that. All the way down. That was pretty cool. And you'll see that was pretty kind of easy for me, right? Because I practiced that a lot. So the way I enhance my hamstring stretch is I spread the legs, try to get myself properly situated, and then I reach over left hand to the right foot, and then I'm going to sneak eventually I'll get the shoulder inside the thigh, right? Now the right shoulder touching the right thigh. Then I get the forehead to the earth, then I get the right shoulder to the earth with the right hand under the left thigh. As soon as the right hand gets under the left thigh, you can turn the elbow towards the earth. You can kind of twist the upper arm, the right upper arm a little bit to feel that spacing. Manipulate the ball and socket joint on the right shoulder. You might feel a couple pops as you twist the right arm, the right upper arm. And then this is the stretch, right? And so then slowly, that's a little too much. All right, eventually I want to start to straighten the back and rotate the back open. But I'm starting to get a little bit of cramp in the above the right pelvis, right? The side abs between the floating ribs on the right side and the pelvis. So take care of that. And then there we go. I can feel, I'm trying to mark where my head is touching my leg, so that if I can do this, I should be able to do the same thing on the other side. Try to remember where my head hits the leg. Because then I want to start to extend the leg further down the shin towards the ankle as best as I can. And yeah, I've got a lot of stretch going on in the right thigh, and it feels really good. Because it's one of those where I've basically already got the flexibility for it, and so I'm just feeling the stretch, and it feels good. And the other thing to do in this is to relax the left shoulder. As you see, my elbow came down, right? That's because I was relaxing my left shoulder some more. And usually when you relax the shoulder in this pose, the top shoulder, then you start to feel more of a stretch on the shoulder. And look at that, timer's already done. That is an awesome pose. I like that pose a lot. Alright, so that is that. That's that side. Clear that out. Start up the next side. Look at that. There's the foot. Janu-Sirsasana. My right side usually goes pretty quick. My left side usually takes a little longer. For whatever reason, the left side is just not quite as flexible as the right. Look at that. Went pretty quick, actually. Faster than normal. For me, right? Relatively speaking. Alright, so that's Janu-Sirsasana. That's easy for me. So I've been practicing a lot. And yeah, if you go look back at my old videos on YouTube from a few months ago, right, that's all I was doing was Janu-Sirsasana. It wasn't until, December or something like that, that I started adding this into it. And crotch does not feel correct. There we go. There we go. Twist that way so I can twist the other way. And gotta go slow because the pelvis, right? Like the pelvis has a bone on the outside, right? Then that bone on the outside goes towards the inside, and it's right there around that spot where I have sensation on my left pelvis, which tells me to, hey, slow down. Slow down and relax. Where the pelvis is ready to go. So it is a negotiation with the body. All right, can we do this? What can we do today, buddy? And there we go. So yeah, a lot tighter going this direction than it was going the other direction, because generally the right side of my body is a little bit more flexible, a little bit more open than the left side of my body, for whatever reason. With at least one notable exception. And just relax, feel the stretch. And again, just to try to open up, right? Try to twist the shoulders open a little bit, straighten the back a little bit. There we go. Can feel the back of the head on the shin. But in order to do that, right, you got to open the shoulders a little bit, which actually feels a big stretch on the right shoulder. And then now just start to relax. And as I relax the support muscles on the right shoulder, it's too much. I've got to re-engage the support muscles a little bit. And the timer's already done. So yeah, left side takes me longer to get into it, so I don't get to hold it as long. But 3 minutes is 3 minutes, right? Equal time for both sides. And there we go. So that's that. Alright, so that's all that. Next up is wide splits. So we'll do something where you can kind of see my feet today. So for my wide splits, I think we'll start feet up, right? So you can start kind of here, right? And then your mileage may vary, right? Get the legs trying to be more or less parallel. And I have a timer. So I'm going to do some arm stretches on top of that. There we go. Gotta get the pelvis and man parts into the right spot so they don't get crushed by the pelvis. That would not be a good thing. And relax. And today is the 12th, so we start with the right arm first. Get a stretch on the right arm, but then with the left arm, try to find the scapula with the left hand. And then find a spot of relative comfort, right? And then just try to relax. For about a minute on this side. Feel the breath. Slide in and out of the body. And that's enough on that side, so we'll go over to the other side. Left arm, shoulder stretch. Find a spot where you can just kind of lay down and relax. And so here is the noticeable point where my right side is not as flexible as my left. My right hand can just barely find the scapula, whereas on the other side, it's much easier for my left hand to find the left scapula. And relax. Feel the joints of the body that are being stressed. And relax. Yeah, feel the joints that are providing sensation. And enjoy that sensation. And that is that. 3 minutes on that. 3 minutes for the legs, right? And each for both of the arms. Alright, next up. Final pose of the practice. Handstand. Notice the timer for 3 minutes to make sure I don't go too long. Alright, so starting from yogi squat, so feet on the floor, and they are, right, the toes are comfortably splayed apart, right? Nice yogi squat, very good. Hands and feet on the floor, and then transition to crow pose. So take this up a little bit, shins on the triceps, and balance. Then after you find that. Lift the hips. Oh, come on. Hold it. Almost. Not quite. Balance. Oh, balance. Oh, come on. Come on. Not working today. All right. But in any case, that's my practice. And I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. My 2 viewers. Good stuff. Hope you enjoyed it. And hope to see you again. Take care and have a great day.